Hi, my name's Lewis and this is episode 10 of the Cookery School. Today we're cooking a Moroccan style lamb burger. The ingredients list you're going to need today is 1 onion, 1 small piece of ginger, 1 clove of garlic, a small handful of coriander, some ground cumin, some ground cinnamon, some ready to eat dried apricots, some lamb mince, a burger roll of your choice, some lettuce, some tomato and some red onion, and then any sauce. But to serve, we've chose mayonnaise for this recipe. So follow along, I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start off cutting all our vegetables and we'll work our way over to cooking it. So to start off first, we're going to cut our white onion. If we separate this into like little layers, and the best way we can do it is if we just work our way along and slice it into nice strips, and then basically just work our way back the other way. So we get a nice dice. Then once it's cut, we can add it to our bowl. A very good way of peeling ginger is just to use the back of a spoon. So if you just use your spoon and just peel the skin off, and once everyone's got it peeled, we're going to just dice this up. So if we cut this into nice thin strips, so you've got nice thin slices, and then once you've got all your slices, if we build these back up, we can then cut it back the other way, so we get a nice fine dice. Perfect. So after that, we're going to move on to the garlic. We're just going to dice this up exactly the same like the ginger. So next, we're going to move on to the red onion. This we're not going to add to this mix, we're going to put on our little white trays. And exactly the same as the white onion, we're going to slice this though. So this is to garnish our burger at the end. So if we just cut this into nice thin strips like so, we'll put them on here. So next up, we're going to slice the tomato. Exactly this, we're going to do nice thin slices. This just be to garnish our burger. The next bit is going to coriander. The best way to do this is divide it into bunches and then to roll it up, just so it's a nice manageable size. And then we'll just run our knife through it. And we'll add this to our onion and garlic in that bowl. So after this, we're going to cut our apricots. So we want to get a nice dice on these. If we slice it one way, like we've already done with the ginger, and then we'll go back the other way, and we'll do a nice dice. Once this is all cut, we can add this into our onion and garlic as well. So once everyone's cut their apricots, we've also then got a little spice bits that I've weighed out all the spices. If we just add this in and give it a little mix. This has obviously got the cumin, the coriander, the ginger, and obviously salt and pepper. Once it's all combined, if we all go grab our lamb mince, I'm just going to add our lamb mince straight into our onions and garlic and all of our diced vegetables. The best way to do this is just to use the gloves. You can then mash it all together. We just basically want to incorporate this all together. You've got to be a little bit brutal with it and you'll find it all slowly come together. Almost like when you're making bread, you almost want to like knead it all together. Divide it in between 2 bits when you get to it. You want it to be sort of almost quite thin so it cooks nice and evenly, but not too thick. And then when you're happy, pop it straight onto your tray. So obviously for this episode, we're just going to cook it in a grill. Basically just put it straight in. We just literally need to keep an eye on it because obviously grills can be quite hot, but we're going to cook it halfway and then flip it over and cook halfway the other side. So as you can see, it's nice and caramelized on one side, and we're just going to flip these over like so. And then we should be pretty close to being done. And then we'll just take them out, we'll rest them, and we'll toast our burger bun. Also, we'll just check the temperature. You always want to try and get to the middle of your burger. And then if we just add our burger bun to this, you could also do this in a toaster at the same time if you really wanted to, but while the grill was on, we'll just quickly toast this. But I'm just going to smear the mayo on the top side of the bun. Then I'm just going to add some onion, some lettuce, and some tomato. And then at the bottom of my bun, we'll add our 2 lamb burgers. And then, like so. I hope you enjoyed following along. Join us next time for some new ideas and recipes.